Hey everybody, what's going on? A lot going on this week. Got a big snow and ice storm that's coming my way. Supposed to be hitting East Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia, and I think parts of Kentucky and stuff. Alabama, Texas. I mean, it's supposed to get several states. So I've been trying to get ready for that. But we got a lot going on. We got the whole Davos thing with all those uppity pricks. One of which is Gavin Newsome. That's who I wanted to talk about today. He has been over in Switzerland talking a lot of shit, pretty much trying to get these foreign countries from Europe over there to pretty much stand up against our country and our president. Well, like him or not, he's our president. And to me, I think that's a lot like, pretty much treason to go over there and talk against our country like that. But we're going to go over some of it, including Scott Bessent took a run at him. It's pretty funny. Um, Looking at how he's always been rules for thee and none for me, and some of the fraud that's going on over there. But we're going to start out with what he was saying, or part of what he was saying. We'll take a look at that real quick. Okay, here we got him over here talking to, I think that's some reporters or something. And they were asking him some questions, so we'll listen and see what he's got to say.
Do you have a message for Europeans who are concerned about the messages from the White House around Greenland this week?
Yeah, it's time to buck up. It's time to get serious and stop being complicit. It's time to stand tall and firm, have a backbone. I've seen this in the United States, the supine Congress playing both sides, saying one thing on a text or a tweet and another publicly.
It's time to have principles.
It's time to stand tall and strong.
Does that mean responding with
tariffs? It's time to stand united. You make that determination. I don't make that determination.
But when you say standing strong, what do you mean?
I can't take this complicity. People rolling over. I should have brought up a bunch of knee pads for all the world leaders. I mean, handing out crowns and this is pathetic. Nobel Prizes that are being given away. I mean, it's just pathetic. And I hope people understand how pathetic they look on the world stage. I mean, at least from an American perspective, it's embarrassing.
So what should Europe be doing?
You should decide, the Europeans should decide for themselves what to do. But one thing they can't do is what they've been doing. And they've been playing. This guy is playing folks for fools. And it's embarrassing.
Europeans think this is diplomacy and this will ultimately
this is
work.
Diplomacy with Donald Trump? He's a T-Rex. You mate with him or he devours you. One or the other.
And Europe's being devoured?
People need to stand. No, the Europeans could be if they continue down this path and process. They need to stand tall, stand firm, stand united.
Yeah, he's something else, man. I tell you, he's earned the name Newsome, that's for sure.
I think it's very, very.
And then we got let's see. Then we got Scott Bessent here. Let's listen to what he had to say about Newsome here.
Ironic. I think it's very, very ironic that Governor Newsom, who strikes me as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken, may be the only Californian who knows less about economics than Kamala Harris. He's here this week with his billionaire sugar daddy, Alex Soros. And the Davos is a perfect place for a man who, when everyone else was on lockdown, when he was having people arrested for going to church, he was having $1,000 a night meals at the French Laundry. And I'm sure the California people won't forget that. And I can tell my message to Governor Newsom is the Trump administration is coming to California. We are going to crack down on waste, fraud, and abuse. And I was told he was asked to give a speech on his signature policies, but he's not speaking. Because what have his economic policies brought? Outward migration from California, a gigantic budget deficit, the largest homeless population in America, and the poor folks in the Palisades who had their homes burned down. He is here hobnobbing with the global elite while his California citizens are still homeless. Shame on him. He is too smug, too self-absorbed, and too economically illiterate to know anything.
Thank you very much.
Let me know if you need any further clarification.
Yeah, I didn't detect any lies there, people. I don't know. Well, I don't even know why he's over there. He's a governor. He's not a world leader or anything like that. So there's no reason for him to even be over there. So why he's over there other than just to run his mouth, I don't understand. But it's treason if you ask me. He shouldn't have been over there running his mouth about the country. When he's talking about foreign policy and stuff, that's the president's job, not some governor from California. I mean, he's ran that state in the ground. He spent billions and billions of dollars supposedly to fix homelessness, and it's worse now than it's ever been. So, where's all that money gone? He's obviously not done what he's supposed to with it. He spent billions and billions of dollars on illegal aliens while American citizens suffer in his state. A lot of them leaving his state, going to my state, Tennessee, going to Texas and other places, Florida. But there's billions and billions of dollars that's unaccounted for. You know, where's that money? And the only thing I can figure is like his aunt, Nancy Pelosi, they probably pocketed it and probably went to some of their, donors, and they probably got something sort of like the Clinton Foundation they can funnel their money through and everything else so that they could pocket it. But us taxpayers, we keep getting screwed left and right from politicians right now, it seems like. But, where did all that money go to? And right here's a clip talking about part of it.
California Congressman Kevin Kiley, he is sounding the alarm in his home state, saying under Governor Gavin Newsom's leadership, it has become the, quote, fraud capital of America.
Well, good afternoon to you, Katrina and Andrew. This latest report was issued by the state auditor, and that's a nonpartisan position. That state auditor now puts 8 state agencies on a high-risk list of agencies to watch out for things like fraud and mismanagement as well as waste. Here's a look at that 92-page report. Newly added to the high-risk list is California's food stamp program. If the state doesn't get the improper payments under control, it could cost an extra $2.5 billion. Also on there is the Department of Finance, which was tasked with giving out COVID relief funds. Critics say $32 billion of that was taken by fraudsters. And there are infrastructure issues like California's deteriorating dams and also the high-speed train that's already cost taxpayers $18 billion without a single section of track complete. Other reports cite $24 billion spent on the homeless issue that critics claim the state lost track of. More recently, there's a report that says California cell phone users paid a surcharge for years to upgrade the state's 911 system. Here's Congressman Kevin Kiley talking about what happened to that plan.
That after spending $650 million on that system, the state is totally scrapping it and starting over, completely wasted the money because the technology doesn't work. Mind you, we are very close to Silicon Valley in Sacramento, and yet the government can't figure out how to make basic technology perform.
Yeah, so see there, folks. I mean, that's billions and billions of dollars. Like that train, they spent all billions of dollars on that high-speed rail, and haven't even got a section of track completed. Um, all the waste and fraud in the food stamp and programs and stuff like that for all these illegal aliens that's come in here, while Americans, actual American citizens, suffer. Um, and the homelessness, there's been, like they said, like 24 billion spent on that, and it's whole lot worse than it was, or a whole lot worse than it's ever been. So where's all that money going? So they need to get in there and they need to investigate that, like just like they need to do Minneapolis and find out where all this taxpayer money's going. And they need to prosecute whoever it is that's involved. I don't care if it's politicians or who it is. They need to be prosecuted. But we all know that Gavin Newsome is a rules for thee and none for me, like a lot of these other politicians, especially on the Democrat side. And like when COVID, he was putting people in jail for just trying to have church service. Meanwhile, he's at the French Laundry spending thousands of dollars on these big fancy meals and stuff. And there's a lady that lives on the same block as his mansion that is talking about a party that he was having. And, they disregarded the signs, and everybody else that even lives on that block, and there was just parking vehicles everywhere. And we're going to take a look at that real quick.
On, and they're having a party tonight, and they have all these people out here, all these people over here, and they're choosing to illegally park and block our entire block off. Do you see the no stopping any time sign and all of these cars? And this is a blind turn, and this is the kind of party that our governor has. So we live on the block that Gavin Newsome has his mansion on, and they're having a party tonight, and they have all.
Yeah. So, see, guys, I mean, they think they can do whatever they want. They're better than us. They're the ruling class, like they're royalty or something, and we're the peasants. Even though our government is of, for, and by the people, they're supposed to work for the people as government servants, public servants. They look down their nose at us like, they're royalty. They steal from us every time we turn around. It's constantly they're stealing money out of our pockets, raising taxes, raise more taxes, raise more taxes. I mean, you're taxed on everything. Your payroll's just your money's taxed when you make it. It's taxed when you spend it. You buy a home, you don't pay your taxes, they take it from you. So you never really actually own anything. And then when you die, if you want to pass something on, you got to pay a tax on that. And they want to go out and spend all of our money that they steal and tax us to death on people that their first act of coming in this country was breaking the law. They're here illegally. They don't pay for anything. Taxpayers pay for everything for them. And then to beat it all, a lot of them are on the internet making videos, like that one Somali guy talking about how he's a big freeloader, just rubbing people's face in it. You know, people are getting tired of that shit real quick. And then you got them all wanting to go up, like in Minneapolis right now, and protest. Ain't even protesting, it's rioting, really. Wanting to riot and raise hell over these people getting deported and getting arrested. And now they're even going in on churches. I hope Don Lemon's ass gets thrown in prison. He'll probably like it, and they'll be running around holding on to some guy's pocket, being somebody's girlfriend. But you know, this stuff's starting to get out of hand. We do need to stand up and kind of push back against the government because, you know, a lot of the taxing and all this other stuff is starting to get out of hand. But we need to do it for Americans, not for illegals. But, you know, this guy going over in Europe where he doesn't have any business being over there, running his mouth, telling these other world leaders they need to stand up and pretty much fight back against our country and our president. You know, like I said, like him or not, Trump's our president, and that's treason. And I think he should be held accountable for it. But I noticed the flickering of, you know, the videos and stuff there, guys. I'm guessing something's going on with Twitter or with X or whatever, because it's only X that's doing it. Um, you know, my internet and everything's good. I've already checked it, but it's evidently something going on with X. But you know, we got to come together as a people and start standing up for each other. Stop fighting over this coloring crap, and stop letting, you know, these illegals and these Democrats and everybody kind of pull us apart. So that's what they want. As long as we're fighting with each other, they can do whatever they want, which is mainly robbing us. And these people ain't a bit grateful for it. They come here and they steal money, fraud, and all this crap, social or social services, you know, welfare, and then they just rub your nose in it. You know, while you're struggling to buy a few groceries to get through the week, feed your kids, and have, you know, gas at the pump to get gas to go to work, maybe a ball game or something for your kids. You know, these people are going on there making videos bragging about how they're spending over $1,000 in food stamps, and they're living high on the hog. The government's paying their rent. We're buying their food. You know, a lot of these illegals are driving a lot nicer vehicles than most Americans, and we're paying for it all, guys. We've got to start coming together as a people and telling these politicians no more. We're tired of, you know, subsidizing these people and paying for their lives, fancy lifestyles, and we're tired of subsidizing these politicians and their lifestyles. So like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think.